Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to do a little mini album in a box, and it's like a cascading mini album. I saw this on Pinterest, and I'm thinking the lady's name that did it was Griffin or Griffith. I can't remember. I'm sorry. If I can find her again, I will post the link below, but a lot of times I just see a photo on there and I do a screenshot of it and I save that photo and then I just kind of work out my own measurements. But I saw it on Pinterest a while ago and I did a screenshot, and this morning I was thinking I want to do something a little different today. So this is what we're going to do. First off, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is this is just shy of 3 inches. So what I did was I went to the 3-inch mark and just pulled it back just a little bit. If you want to get down to the nitty-gritty measurements, you can measure it 2 15/16, but I just pulled it back from 3 just a little bit. And then I've got it 11.5 inches, but you can leave it 12. You don't have to cut it off. I just cut mine off. Now what you're going to do is you're going to score every 1 inch. So you're going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And see, you have that little tab at the end. And if you left that 12 on there, that would be fine too. You just want to fold this accordion fold back and forth. It's going to be like a little cascading mini album maybe. And I have so many questions when I do these tutorials and I use this cardstock, a lot of different cardstocks that I use. Where do I get my cardstock and what kind is it? I buy it in bulk, of course, from my supplier. We don't usually sell cardstock just simply because so many people use so many different kinds, but the best kind that I have ever found is Basil or American Craft. Now, if you want me to, I can get those in the shop and start selling them. You just need to let me know. I can't order, 1,000 sheets and then them just sit here. But you just let me know if you would like for me to get those in. This is a very good quality cardstock. I don't use cheap cardstock, as you know. But anyway, let's go on. Okay, then you have a piece that is 6.5 inches by 3.5 inches. On the 6.5 side, you're going to score at 3 and at 6, and then you're going to turn it and you're going to score all the way down at 3. All right, let's put our scoreboard aside and do this first. This is our little pocket. So we'll go ahead and fold this up. And I need my scissors. Now, what I did is I clipped this corner where these two score lines join. And then right here, right before that middle score line, you want to cut a little bit of an angle. And then you want to trim this off. We've made pockets for little mini albums like this before. These are pretty easy. So that's how it will look when it's finished. Let's just go ahead and snip off a little bit on this side too. This is going to be our little tab that's going to join it, this and this. So just want to flip it over, and I'm going to burnish this really, really well. So this is what I like about Basil cardstock. It does not crack. As much as you press on it, it does not crack. It's just the product that it's made out of. Alright, so I'm going to put some tape on there, and then I want some tape on here, and I am putting the tape on the top because we want this to fold together and form our pocket. So see, we've got those down, and then you're just going to fold this over, making sure that it meets on all sides, just like that. Now, what I should have done, because my 1/2 inch punch does not punch great, I should have went ahead and clipped them while it was open to clip my little thumb hole there, but I didn't. So I'm going to try my best to get it to cut through. both thicknesses, and it probably won't. That punch has had it. I am going to have to invest in another one. So I'm just going to cut a little half moon. All right, so there is our little pull. And now you're going to cover these. Go ahead and cover them now. And I am using, let me show you the paper collection that we're using, if I can find it. What did I do with it? We are using I Love Crafting, and I'm using the 6x6 for this. We do have these in stock in the 12x12 and 6x6, and I'm not sure what other pieces. But make sure you go over and grab one of those. I will link it below. And what I'm going to do to make sure that these have the little tab in them as well, I'm just going to line it up like that with the top flush and then my two sides kind of evened out, and flip it over, and then I'll use my little punch and we'll punch that out. And then I'm just going to use this one for lining up on this, and then just use my pencil. If you have a good punch, you can punch through all this, but this one has just had it. I think I actually bought it at a yard sale, and then I've used it for probably 15 years, and so it's like, I'm through. I've had it. Okay, I'm going to use some art glitter glue to put this down. Did I tell you the size of these? I don't think I did. These are cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I will link that below, as well as I'll put it over on my blog. Okay, I think on this one I'm going to use this side. I love that little saying right there. That's cute. Just says, mess with my fabric and I'll rip your seams out. That's cute, isn't it? Alright, so there's our little pocket, see? Down in there. And I went ahead and did my other ones off camera. They're all done the same way, just different paper, as you can see. There's my 6th one. I kept thinking I was missing one. Now we're going to take this and right here on this side, see, this is our little short tab. So on this tab right here, we're going to put some tape. Now you can use art glitter glue here if you want to. You don't have to use double-sided adhesive. I am going to put this on there. And then you're going to go and you're going to put some on this one. So we're skipping that one and we're putting that on this one. I'm just going to go ahead and put all my tape down first, and then I will start putting it together. This is a quick and easy little album once you get everything cut. Just cutting a few things. And I used, I think, 2 sheets of paper to do this. And not even a full 2 sheets, maybe 1.5. So see, I'm putting it on every other one down through here. Now the thing that you want to do is take your first little pocket and decide if you want it to face up this way or up that way. Because part of the back, as you can see, that's part's going to be glued down. So just decide which way you want it to face. Go ahead and pull the backing off of your score tape, and then just lay this down. Now you want to make sure that you lay it down. It's sticking to my finger instead of the. Lay it down right above that score line. Don't lay it on the score line. So you still want to be able to fold like that. And you can use some art glitter glue or some other type glue to put on top of this so that you have a little bit of wiggle room. That would work well. Let me do that. As sure as I don't, I'll make a mess. Alright, I think I want this one up next. So all I'm going to do is sit it down in there. I'm going to make sure that that still folds up. And then I'm going to even it up with that one on the bottom. And then press it down. Just going to make sure that they're nice and even. Okay. And then your next one. And I think that one's cute, so we'll put that next. Just going to sit it down in there, make sure that folds, and then line it up. Press it down. So you just keep going like that until you get all your little pockets on. Alright, so there is your little album. You see, you can flip it like this, or you can cascade it like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cover these little places right here. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and cover these. And if you want to cover those, these are cut at 7/8 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and get some paper to put on those. And I think I might just cover them all in this, because that will kind of match each sheet of paper, and then I won't have to try to do each one in a different color, whatever. So, okay, so we have these cut at 7/8 by 2 3/4, and we're just going to lay those down right there. So then just cover all of these, and then we will put the rest of this together, and we will be finished basically. Okay, so there is your little cascading album already finished. Now we're going to make the little box for it. So for the box, let me put my top back on my glue. So for the box, you're going to need a piece that is 9.5 by 4.5. This is the box bottom. And you're going to score on the long side at 3, at 4.5, at 7.5, and at 9. So then you're going to turn it and you're going to score at 3 1/4. Okay. Lay that one aside. Then you have a piece that is cut at 5 by 3.5. So on this one, you're going to score at 1 inch on all sides. And ignore my little score line right there. That was a mess up, so I have kind of taken it out. But score at 1 inch on all sides. But since this is going to be our top, what are we going to do? We're going to slide it out just a little bit before we score. So put it up against there, slide it out just a little bit, about a 1/16 of an inch, and score. Up against, slide it out, make sure it's nice and even, and score. Up against, slide it out, and score. Whoops, get my thumb out of the way. Okay, so that is your top and your little bottom of your box. So let's go ahead and fold and burnish these. You hear all my clanging every time I move something? Oh my goodness, my desk. It's a mess. I am in the process of filming the video for the E-Club kit. So getting that video ready since all the kits are going to go out next week. So I've got to get that finished. But that's what we're in the process of doing. Now on these score lines on the bottom, you're going to cut up. And then on this part right here, you're going to wedge a little bit. So cut up on the score line. And ignore my other score line here. That was a mess up, but I'm not going to recut this paper because it's going to be on the bottom and it's not going to show. Okay, then wedge out here. want to trim that off, and then trim a little piece off right here. So that's going to be the part that you put it together with. So that's what that's going to look like right there. Okay. Now we can go ahead and add some adhesive here and put this together. So you should be able to just bring that over, lay it down just like that. So there is your box. Now all we need to do is put this together at the bottom. This is going to be your front, so leave that little flap last. And then just fold that one over. And then when you fold that over, just make sure that the sides are even. And press it down. And then I flip it over. And I get my bone folder. And I go down in there and press everything down really well. Just like that. So there is your little box. Now let's put our little mini in there. So that sits down in there just like that. Now it's a little bit snug, but you still have room to put little photos and different things in here. Because see, you have plenty of room this way. You want it to be a little snug rather than too loose. Now we're going to do the top part. So here you're going to cut up on that and wedge out a little bit. Just like we've made lids so many times. Turn it. Cut up on that, wedge out. Okay, now you just want to put these together, and I'm just going to use some art glitter glue again. I'm going to put it on all the tabs. Now when you're putting the top together, make sure that you don't go over the score line on the edges. If you do, your top's not going to fit well. So just go right up to the score line, but not over it. Alright, there's your little top. And then let's, moment of truth, and see if it's going to fit. Yes, it fits great. And even if your little album expands a little bit, this top is still going to fit really, really well. Okay, now we want to cover these with a little bit of pretty paper on the outside. Okay, so these pieces to cover the front and the back is cut at 2 3/4 by 3. The side, these are cut at 1 1/4 by 3. And then for the top, we're just going to use the other pieces of this. And these are cut at 7/8 by 3, and that's for the front and the back. And then for the end pieces, these are cut at 7/8 by 1 1/2. And then this top piece is cut at 3 by 1 1/2. And I will have all these measurements over on my blog. So you can just click over there and see them all if you miss something on here. So that will go just like that. And then it just slides right on there. And that is it. There's your little box. Now you can decorate this up any way that you want. Now I just cut out one of the little cutouts off of this, and then I just tore around the edges to kind of make that look a little bit distressed. And we're going to put that down right there, but I'm going to put it up on some foam tape. Probably a couple of pieces. There you go. We're just going to make it just like that. You can keep decorating, put lots of things on here if you want. Go ahead and in your little album, you can put some little, tags in there. Alright guys, that is it for this little tutorial. I think it's absolutely adorable. Let me hold it up. Somebody said I didn't hold things up to the camera as well anymore as I used to. So let me hold that up so that you can read it. This new camera that I haven't learned all of the things about it yet, and I don't know where the zoom is on it that much, so I'm still having to learn. When I do, I'll be glad to zoom in on everything. But there you go, just letting you see that. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that little bell when that little bell pops up so that you'll be notified when we put up a new video. We will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.